Hi class, Mrs. Calvi here. Quick review on solving order of operations. So as you know in class, I always have you guys tell you to write down PEMDAS on your paper so you know the order. I also always tell you that multiplication and division are linked. So whatever you see in order from left to right. So if the problem has both multiplication and division in it, you are going to solve whichever you see first from left to right. Addition and subtraction are also linked. So if you have both addition and subtraction in the problem, you are going to solve whichever you see first from left to right. But remember, you're going to always solve multiplication and division before addition and subtraction, unless it happens to be in parentheses. All right, so let's get a sample problem up. So right here we have 9 plus 12 times 2. So we have addition in the problem, and we have multiplication. Well, like I said, multiplication and division always get done before addition and subtraction unless they're in parentheses, which in this case they are not. So we are going to solve the 12 times 2 first. So I'm going to scoop what I'm solving. I am not using the 9 yet, and I'm not using the addition sign yet. So I'm dropping those down. I'm going to then do 12 times 2, which is 24. And then I'm down to my final operation of 9 plus 24, which happens to be 33. So this answer is 33. Pretty simple. This was an easy one. So let's try one that's a little bit more difficult. All right, one that's a little bit more difficult. So now we have 7 plus, open parentheses, 12 times 3, close parentheses, divided by 6. Okay. So right now we have addition, we have parentheses, we have division. So according to our order of operations, we have to do what's in parentheses first. So we are going to solve the 12 times 3 first. So I'm going to scoop that. I'm going to drop down my 7, drop down my plus sign because I'm not using those yet. I'm going to now do 12 times 3, which is 36. And now I have to drop down the rest of the problem. Division sign and 6. So now I'm left with addition and division. According to PEMDAS, multiplication and division come before addition and subtraction. So I now know I'm going to be solving my division next. I'm dropping down my 7, dropping down my plus sign because I'm not using it yet. 36 divided by 6 is 6. Now I'm going to get to my final operation. 7 plus 6 is equal to 13, which happens to be my final answer. Okay? Okay, so the next problem that I have here is 3 cubed, or 3 to the third power, plus 8 minus 16. So I have to go through PEMDAS. Well, I don't have any parentheses, but I do have exponents, so I'm going to solve my exponents first. So 3 cubed, or 3 to the third power. Well, what does that mean? That means 3 times 3 times 3. So I have to actually do that math. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 9 times 3 is 27. So I'm going to drop down 27, bring down my plus sign, bring down my 8, bring down my subtraction sign, bring down my 16. So now I'm left with addition and subtraction. Well, addition and subtraction are linked, whichever I see first from left to right. So going from left to right, I see addition first. So I'm going to solve addition. So 27 plus 8. So I'm going to do that first. So that gives me 35. Then I'm going to drop down my subtraction sign, drop down my 16. So now I'm at my final operation. 35 minus 16 gives me a total of 19. And 19 would be my final answer. All right, let's try one more for practice. Okay, so here I have 2 cubes plus 14 divided by 7 times 5. All right, so I have exponents, I have addition, I have division, and I have multiplication. According to PEMDAS, I have to do my exponent first. So I'm going to do 2 cubed, which means 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8, right? So 2 cubed is equal to 8. I'm going to drop down the rest of the problem. So now I am left with addition, division, and multiplication. Well, according to PEMDAS, multiplication and division come first before addition and subtraction. But I have both multiplication and division in the problem. So I'm going to solve whichever I see first, scrolling from left to right. Well, I see division before multiplication. So I have to solve the division first. So I'm going to scoop that. I'm going to drop down my 8 because I'm not using it yet. Drop down my plus sign. 14 divided by 7 is equal to 2. Drop down my multiplication sign. Drop down my 5. So now I'm left with addition and multiplication. Well, multiplication comes before addition, unless, of course, it's in parentheses, which it is not. So the next thing I'm going to solve is the multiplication. Drop down the 8, drop down the plus sign because I'm not using it yet. 2 times 5 is equal to 10. And then my final operation, 8 plus 10 is equal to 18, which is my final answer. So the one thing I keep telling you guys in class, you have to keep rewriting the problem, dropping everything down. Because if you try to do multiple parts in your head at the same time, that's where you end up making a mistake. Okay? Okay, so this one is a really, it's a challenging one because there's a lot going on. So if you notice, I have 2 sets of parentheses, I have exponents, I have addition, I have division, I have subtraction, okay? So we have to work within our parentheses first. And within our parentheses, we have to follow the order of operations still. So within my parentheses, I have exponent, addition, and division. And according to PEMDAS, I have to do my exponent first. So I'm going to solve that first. I'm going to open up my parentheses. I'm solving this 3 squared first. 3 squared means 3 times 3, and 3 times 3 equals 9. So drop down the 9, the plus sign, the 6, the division sign, the 2, close parentheses, drop down my multiplication sign, drop down that whole second set of parentheses, because I'm doing this one at a time, okay? So now I'm still within this set of parentheses. So now I have addition and division. Well, according to PEMDAS, I have to do division first. Open up my parentheses, drop down my 9, drop down my plus sign because I'm not using those yet. 6 divided by 2 is going to give me 3. Okay, drop down my multiplication sign, that whole second set of parentheses because I haven't worked with that yet. Okay, so now in this set of parentheses, 9 plus 3 gives me 12. Now I'm going to drop down the multiplication sign, drop down that second set of parentheses. Okay, so now I need to work within this second set of parentheses. So I'm going to do that. So I have division and subtraction. According to PEMDAS, I have to do division first. So I'm dropping down this 12, this multiplication sign, open up my parentheses. 36 divided by 6 is 6, minus 4, close parentheses. All right. I still have a set of parentheses that I need to finish solving. So I'm just going to kind of move to the right here because I'm running out of space. So I'm going to rewrite my 12, my multiplication sign. I'm going to solve now what's in these parentheses. 6 minus 4 is 2. So now 12 times 2 gives me 24 as a final answer. So that would be 24 as a final answer. Okay? All right, guys, that is it for today, and I will be talking to you soon.